Head to Mount Panorama now to get all the latest ahead of the Bathurst 1000 this weekend. And to do that, let's cross to Bathurst. Aaron Noonan is standing by with a couple of big-name drivers. Aaron, good afternoon to you. Before the mystery guests are revealed, can you just fill us in on everything that's happened today and what it means for the weekend?
Well, Ben, we're underway with the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000. Day 1 of 4 and 3 practice sessions have been completed, but it's been a bit of a drama-filled day. A few red flags that have caused stoppages. Remember that all 29 cars on the grid this weekend are having their first run here at Mount Panorama. Brand new specification of cars, and it's been a little bit tricky for these drivers and teams to find the right setup. But unsurprisingly, it's the reigning Bathurst champ, Jamie Whincup, the series leader, who's on top so far. 2 minutes 8.3 after 3 practice sessions today, but he's being hunted by the Ford boys, led by Mark Winterbottom. David Reynolds and Will Davison are strong. Shane Van Gisbergen is up there as well. It is bound to be a classic Ford and Holden fight. Don't forget too, Nissan and Mercedes-Benz are back at the mountain this weekend. Michael Caruso, best of the Nissan drivers, in position 16. But we've grabbed a Ford guy and a Holden guy to talk about the day's activities. Mark Winterbottom, second fastest, 2 minute 8 second bracket, but a very strange day with these new cars at this track.
Yeah, look, it's the first time we've seen the cars of the future on the Bathurst circuit. It was very hot, surprisingly, today. It looks quite overcast now, but we're up over 30 degrees, massively strong wind as well, so conditions weren't kind to the car of the future for its first run, so we've got work to do on our car. Obviously, Jamie did a great lap and did a good time, so but conditions weren't that kind. So I think tomorrow, cooler weather, a bit less wind, you know, a bit overcast. It might see the cars in the 7s, and you know, that's pretty quick.
The part about this weekend, it's an endurance race. You need a co-driver who needs to perform over the course of the weekend. You've got a very good one. Stephen Richards, a great relationship between you two. He's won the race twice before. You've got to stand on that podium this weekend, don't you?
Yeah, he's a great guy to be with. I think it's my 5th year with him now. He's won 2 Bathursts, like you said. So, you know, continuity is a big thing at this race. It doesn't guarantee you anything, but if I could win Bathurst, I'd want to win it with one bloke and also one team, FPR as well. So if I could win it with Richo and do it at FPR and do it for Ford and see all those Ford flags waving, it sounds like a beautiful script, but we're aware it's going to be very hard. 3 more days to go, and Sunday afternoon I hope I'm celebrating in a big way.
Well, the guy that's been doing some celebrating recently is Shane Van Gisbergen, because you come here with some success recently back in your native New Zealand in the V8 Super Tours, but you go from Ford to Holden this weekend and change camps.
Yeah, I keep everyone happy, but yeah, I've been going well over there, winning the rounds and stuff, but yeah, here this weekend's been a big build-up, and today was pretty interesting with the weather, as Mark was saying, and hopefully tomorrow we get a bit better weather and it's a bit easier to tune the car, but you know, these cars are quite different to last year here, where we found out, you know, we're 2 or 3 seconds off what we were doing in previous years, so it's a big learning experience for everyone.
We talked about Mark's co-driver in Stephen Richards, lots of experience. You've got a guy who's here for the first time in a V8 supercar, the Dutchman Jeroen Bleekemolen, but he's a fantastically credentialed Le Mans and GT driver, and he's been here before too.
Yeah, he's won a lot of races in his time, and he was quick here last year in the Porsche, so he's done a good job today, just got up to speed slowly. I think he was in the top 20 in his session, so getting better and better, and he'll get more laps over the weekend. He'll be fine by the race.
As you can see, it's been really windy and really strange here at Bathurst today. What can we expect in qualifying tomorrow? I mean, I don't think we're going to look like we're going to go near that magic 2 minute 6 second mark, do we?
Yeah, but people were going crazy today. It was only practice. I think we saw 3 cars in the wall. It was pretty insane. Everyone's pushing so hard, and as everyone does here, so qualifying is going to be pretty intense, I think.
It's going to be tomorrow afternoon qualifying, and Ben will lock in positions 11 to 29 on the grid. The fastest 10 tomorrow in qualifying book themselves a spot in the top 10 shootout on Saturday afternoon. And of course, the big one comes up on Sunday, the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000. We'll have more on Fox Sports News over the course of the next few days, but in the meantime, it's back to you in the studio.
Yeah, thanks very much, Aaron. Always great to get an update there from Bathurst. Aaron Noonan there, certainly enjoying his time, and great to get that report. Some quality drivers alongside him. You can catch all the action in the lead up to the great race on Speed, where Jessica Yates and Greg Murphy will host a cast of thousands in their Bathurst preview show from Mount Panorama. It's tonight, 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time, so make sure you do not miss that.
Final preparations are underway for this weekend's Bathurst 1000 Classic, and rival fans are already out in force. This year sees the return of Mercedes and Nissan to Mount Panorama, and with them some pumped-up supporters. Matt Sulo is there.
Mount Panorama. It's a flag city where passion runs deep. Yeah, go Falcons!
It's traditional Holden and Ford territory. Now Mercedes and Nissan are back on the mountain, with competition between fans revving up.
And someone's got to lose, so they're it. Now there's 3 of them instead of 1, you know.
If you cut me up here, mate, I'll bleed blue on you. I won't bleed red, I'll bleed blue.
Mercedes supporters scoffing at suggestions they're too high class to fit in.
Oh, we're Chardonnay sippers. We like a beer as well, don't you worry.
Doesn't matter, so long as it's got a V8 in it, and we're going to kick ass, so that's it.
We're getting a bit more fancy, so bring the Mercedes-Benz AMG into it isn't a bad thing for the sport.
But it's not just on track where Nissan and Mercedes are trying to make inroads. Come down here to Merchandise Alley, and teams like Red Bull Racing are absolutely chock-a-block with fans. Over here at Nissan, things aren't quite as hectic, but they're hoping that's going to change.
You know, that's a great thing about our sport is we've got really passionate fans out there that follow drivers, teams and manufacturers.
But despite the passion fans have for each of their teams, some aren't really here for the cars.
It's a matter of how many young ladies you can get your photo taken with.
Yeah, the girls do make the day go a lot easier, and yeah, very well worth having a look at.
They may not come for the V8s, they may not come for the racing, but they actually come for the girls. What do you think?
Well, can you blame them?
They're only human.
That may be the case, but hopefully on Sunday the focus will be back on the track. In Bathurst, Matt Sullo, 10 Eyewitness News.
The V8s at the track at Bathurst will tell you who's setting the pace. Holden's Jamie Whincup has set the pace on the opening day of practice for Sunday's Bathurst 1000. But the competition wasn't confined to the track, as fans try their best to outdo each other on top of the mountain.
Flocking in, the fans pounded the pavement of Pit Lane. Up on the mountain, the methods of transport were less conventional. The action on track began, but up here there's competition too. A cool campsite means bragging rights.
Welcome to Camp Bathurst! Yeah!
From just a bit of fun to a full-blown bar, this annual pilgrimage is special.
With people who have met here over 30 odd years.
Jamie Whincup may have topped today's practice, but it's his teammate Craig Lowndes that everyone's talking about. With one more podium finish, the 5-time winner can equal the record set by the great Peter Brock.
You know, we're strong, your car's reliable, it's not doing anything weird or unusual, and but again, you know, this is only day one.
19-year-old Scott McLaughlin hopes to follow in the 5-time winner's footsteps. They're calling him the next Lowndes.
It definitely is cool, he's done so much for the sport, but at the same time I want to be myself, I want to be the next Scott McLaughlin.
The Kiwi teenager already has one race win to his name. Lowndes is happy for it to stay that way for now.
Well, yeah, now another 4 or 5 more years, and yeah, then he can step up.
And motorcycle ace Casey Stoner will fulfil a childhood dream by racing at Bathurst this weekend.
Most of the circuits I've been to with nice undulations are sort of more modern circuits that have been designed on a computer and just sort of plonked in a bit of land. So they don't flow with the land nearly as nice as this circuit.
Erin Molan, 9 News.
The Bathurst 1000 is known for attracting some real characters, and one woman is giving the rest a run for their money. She owns the Mercedes-Benz racing team. She's worth a fortune, and she's no shrinking violet.
Meet Betty Clemenco, Erebus Motorsport boss.
I'm not your typical team owner. I'm a bit on the eccentric side.
And that's why the fans love her, because she broke the mould.
There's a lot of moulds in this world, and yes, they might have broke it after. Actually, no, they made me with the one that was cracked.
Betty was conceived in a King's Cross jail cell to a drug-addicted prostitute and a policeman who went beyond the call of duty. Given up for adoption, only to catch the eye of the man who would become a billionaire, John Saunders, founder of the Westfield Group.
Luckily, I was brought up by a man who made me respect the value of $1 and how that when you work for it and earn it, you feel so much better.
She's a rich woman with a working class attitude.
He taught me that the person you walk next to can be a king or a pauper, you don't know, and it doesn't matter, just have a good time.
Betty's plan for the weekend is for all 3 cars in her Erebus team to finish.
My goal is within the next 5 years to have done the 12-hour and the 1000 in the same year. Then I can kind of go, yes, I can go, I'm a happy woman. I can get hit by a health food bus now.
The new Queen of the Mountain has arrived. Ryan Phelan at Bathurst for 7 News.
Four-time champion Jamie Whincup has set the benchmark on day one of practice for the Bathurst 1000. The Red Bull racer easily topped the timesheets more than half a second faster than the Fords of Winterbottom and Reynolds.
Although times don't mean anything on Thursday, we're encouraged by the speed of the car on what would be my father's birthday, so I tried to put on a good show for him.
Surprisingly, there were several casualties on day one, but not Craig Lowndes, who's preparing for his 500th Australian Touring Car V8 Supercars race. Channel 7's Bathurst coverage starts tomorrow afternoon.